Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's start of a brand new football season. We have tonight Arrowhead versus Janesville Parker. Let's see what's going on tonight with my friend, Mr. Andy Johnson.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. Guess what? It's playoff season. This is an exciting time. We have a start of a new season for the teams that made it in. And before we get to this game between Arrowhead and Janesville Parker, let's just take a quick look at this bracket. There are a lot of people out there that were not happy with the computer seedings, but as it turned out, here we are, Arrowhead with a #1 seed for the first time since 2014. We have other notable teams in this bracket: Marquette, Sussex Hamilton, Verona, Madison Memorial. And then down below us, in our other foes from our conference, probably the toughest bracket, I would say, Ryan. You have #1 seed Muskego. You have #2 seeded Mukwonago. In there also, you have powerhouse from this area of the state, Oak Creek. You have Franklin. That's a very, very tough bracket. And we're looking to see who in level 1 is going to get through unscathed. But we can't look ahead because really it comes down to taking care of business tonight, Ryan. We got Janesville Parker, we got Arrowhead, we got level 1 football. What could be better than this?
That's right, Mr. Johnson. I don't think anything could be better than this. Tonight, the new season begins. The Warhawks coming out ready to caw and fly into the playoffs.
Well, I tell you what could be better. If we had our third co-host who's at home tonight. We love you, Michelle. We can't wait for you to get back up here. But yeah, Janesville Parker, Arrowhead. 7-2 Arrowhead in the conference. Tough, nail-biting losses to Mukwonago by 1, Muskego by 2. And that's really the reason why you see him as a #1 seed here over Mukwonago, who was a co-champion of the Classic 8, but stumbled against KM and ended up in that 2 seed in the other side of the bracket. So combined losses for 3 points, tough losses. But as I talked to Coach Harris, and you'll see in the interview later, their team and their staff really learned something through those losses. They can fight with anybody. They don't give up, and hopefully tonight they come out ready to go because Janesville Parker is a team that has weapons. We're going to be looking for number 11, J.J. Douglas, who is a commit to Minnesota. Very big receiver, but he also runs the ball. He has a lot of rushing yards, 511 rushing yards, 7 TDs. He has 711 receiving yards with 7 TDs too. So 14 TDs for this guy. We want to make sure we pay attention where this guy is on the field at all times.
I'm sure that's been a big priority that defensive coordinator Coach Rauch has been stressing all week since we found out on Saturday at the WIAA selection show.
The reveal show.
That was a great show, by the way. I don't know how many of our fans got to watch it, but it had a tint of CBS's March Madness show. Breaking down the brackets. It was a lot of fun.
It looked great. The guys came in and lifted, and they put up the reveal show on the TV. I saw pictures throughout the state. Some teams came in and had breakfast. Some teams, gathered in like a theater style room. So it's kind of a cool thing. It seems like the players and coaches did appreciate some of that showmanship that came along with that. So good on the WIA. Now again, they'll probably iron out some of those computer rankings, but as we said, we can only control what we control, and we're sitting at #1 seed here against Janesville Parker tonight.
That's right. That computer system's still pretty new, and I know that they're using that in basketball and some of the other sports as well. But I think ultimately, like you said, control what you can control, and I think over time, maybe coming up with a combination hybrid of having coaches having some input and using the computers will really help the WIA continue to make the tournament the best quality products possible.
I'm sure they're going to look at, changing and revamping it to some degree, but, again, it comes down to the game tonight. It comes down to Arrowhead. It comes down to can we limit mistakes on our side, no turnovers. If we can do that, we're going to be a very tough team. Sophomore quarterback Vance Holtz has had a tremendous season. I talked to Coach Harris about some of those growing pains that he's had as a sophomore, but ultimately he's done a tremendous job. And so we're going to see how does he handle this situation? How does he handle the pressure of a playoff game now going forward? So it's exciting.
I'm excited. You're excited. I think the whole Arrowhead Nation is excited. And it's great. You know, out here at Arrowhead Stadium, we have, you know, great weather, great fans coming out. Folks, if you're at home getting ready to come down, it is pajama night for the student section. They might regret that, though, with the nice weather we've been having. You don't really want to put on a furry onesie right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't, you know, predict the forecast, so it's a good turnout. Saw a lot of the students out there. This is a great high school environment. This is one of the better stadiums to play football. It's playoff season. If you're not excited about this, then obviously you're not watching football right now. So those of you that are, hopefully today is a great game, and hopefully whoever you're rooting for can do well.
All right, Andy. Well, folks, we'll be bringing you the game in just a moment. Hang tight. Well, and now with a little bit of time before we get started, we're going to turn over our screen to a little bit of a video to get you guys hyped up for some action. We're going to show you some highlights from last week's game and the students action and give you a little taste for what is in store for you coming up tonight.
One, two, three. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, that was a great video. Indeed, we're going to have a great little slice of Americana here at Arrowhead High School. And as you can see, the band is starting to take the field tonight. Like we mentioned, the Arrowhead Warhawks are coached by head coach Matt Harris, and the Janesville Parker Vikings are led by Coach Clayton Krieger.
You know, Janesville's had a really good season. They sort of turned around the last few years. You know, they were a prevalent program back in the early 2000s, and now it seems like they're kind of heading in that right direction again. So excited to see what they bring to the table, excited to see their playmakers, and I'm excited to see our guys go out there and get after it on this level 1 game here at Arrowhead.
Yeah, me too. Last week up in the booth, Michelle and I caught an amazing game, high scoring, great defense, high energy, and you know, if the Warhawks can come out and match that intensity that they had at homecoming, I mean, they can go as far as their good fortune will take them, because they are very dangerous on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it'd be a nice, if they could come out like last week. I like that. Looking at some of the stats for Arrowhead here, it's amazing that Andrew Wesky still seems to fool the defenses. He still seems to get his touchdowns. He has over half of Vance Holtz's receiving touchdowns this year.
Yeah, he's got 9 touchdowns, and you know what? He was very sneaky last week, both on the punt returns and in the receiving game.
It'll be interesting to see, does Janesville Parker come out and do something to take away him? Because if I'm on the defensive side playing Arrowhead, I'd have to think, man, we can't let 12 beat us. Make them go to somebody else. But to Arrowhead's credit, they still have found ways to get him involved.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2022 Arrowhead High School Marching Warhawks. Now please join the band in honoring our great state as they perform on Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin, I know somebody in Mugwanago who appreciates that song. My brother, big Wisconsin Badger fan, so if he's listening, that On Wisconsin, that was for you.
And now please welcome your 6-time state champion, 7-time state runner-up, and #1 seed, Arrowhead football Warhawks.
And here they come, Arrowhead in red tops, white bottoms, as they burst through the banner.
And the smoke machine, Michelle would want us to point out.
Oh yeah, we got a great view tonight of the smoke machine. Red smoke, how appropriate with our school colors.
Speaking of last week, Ryan, from the video, it looked really cool, but in person, how awesome was that flag and that fire truck?
Oh my gosh, we're both English teachers, but it's hard to find the words to describe how powerful that huge flag supported by I believe the Heartland Fire Department.
Heartland Fire Department?
Yeah, that flag is just so cool.
Now, fans, we please ask you to observe a moment of silence for the tragic fire that hit the Heartland community earlier this morning. For those affected and their families, please honor us in a moment of silence.
Yeah, I'm Zach with the Janesville Gazette. Wasn't quite sure where to go here. Media room or are we?
Can you cut him mic quick?
Thank you. And now, please rise for the playing of the national anthem, performed by the marching
Can you come in
under
here?
the direction of Mr. Ryan Meisel and Mr. Jacob Palancich.
Yeah. We're live on air. All right, here we go. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't see who won the toss.
You know, I was.
Receiving. I'm getting too hyped up for this game. I gotta really lock it in here.
Yeah, you know, I was kind of futzing with some dials here, so I missed it too. But we will find out very shortly, and we are getting ready for the kickoff between Janesville Parker, the Vikings, and the Arrowhead Warhawks.
Special shout out to our freshmen that got to suit up. They were really excited this week. A good representation of the success they had as a team, representing a freshman team well during practice, getting some opportunities to extend their season. They're going to be the ones that look lost on the sidelines and look probably about 4 times smaller than everybody. So.
Well, you know what? They certainly earned it because they had a great undefeated season, and you know, so much so that I heard their head coach had a mohawk for a day.
I heard that too. All right, we got Arrowhead receiving. Wesky and Yankee are going to be our deep backs.
Wesky and Yankee are certainly a dynamic duo with high speed. If I were Janesville Parker, I'd consider just kicking it out of bounds.
That's a valid option. Kyle Yankee is our second leading receiver this year, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns. And look at that, Ryan. They must have heard you. They squibbed it to the up guy. But what's going to happen is Arrowhead's going to get great field position up to the 50 to start out.
You know, that's what happens when you're afraid of the returners deep. You kick it short and you just automatically give them the great field position.
Just don't tell Yankee that he's intimidating somebody. He does not need a more inflated ego. So good job, Arrowhead, getting a good starting spot. Sometimes those guys don't usually catch the football, so having them be able to catch it and advance it is a good thing.
All right, so here we have 1st and 10. 5 seconds has ticked off the clock. Vance Holtz is back behind the center in the shotgun. And here we go for the first play from scrimmage. It's a handoff to Nagy, running to his right. Oh, he's still on his feet, past the first down and more. A gain of about 15 there.
Great run. No surprise. Where do they go? Right behind their talented junior tackle, Derek Jensen. That's a game plan that I think that they should probably follow and do over and over again.
You know, if I could follow Derek Jensen in the hallways at South Campus on the way to lunch, I would definitely take that opportunity. He's a good person to be following in a crowd. All right, so 1st and 10 now from the 35, and it's going to be another run, this time to the left. Oh, Nagy with a nice juke, and he cuts off past the 20, all the way to the 19.
Arrowhead has come out and said they're going to establish the run. They're in a pro-style formation, got a tight end, got a fullback. They're not messing around. They're going to try and establish the line of scrimmage right away, and after those 2 runs, it's a good start for the Warhawks.
You know, Arrowhead's offense is getting started early. You know, they know it's going to be, might be a high-scoring game.
Pass. Tell me it's number 12.
Oh, he just overthrew Wesky.
Just as I talk about the running game, they come out firing. So,
well, that's what this offense can do. They can mix it up and make you pay. But they, Janesville's tight defense there made Arrowhead pay there. Great coverage on the play. I think that was number 1, Paul Kim, playing defense there on Wesky.
Well, when you run the ball well, it's going to open up the passing game. It's a good balance to have. Here comes another outside zone play. Again, behind Jensen. And again, look at the push up front, Ryan.
Man, another run. So far, Nagy's gone right, then left, now up the middle. He's covering all sides of the field tonight.
You know, this is, you know, as a coach, you know, this is where you don't want to get too cute. Just keep handing the ball off and punch it in.
Well, as my sophomore English teacher taught me, cuteness only takes you so far. Here's a run by Nagy. Oh, and he's dragged down at about the 5-yard line.
That was a good job. They held the point of attack, causing Nagy to have to try and hurdle somebody. And Janesville Parker swarmed and made a good tackle. Now here we go, second down. What do you do, Ryan?
Second and goal here. I think we're going to see another run. I think they're going to hand it off to Nagy again.
Double tight end set. Again, they're going to try and just move people up front.
There's Nagy up the middle. He's pushing.
Very short.
Gets to the 1-yard line, and it'll bring up, as you said, third down here. I mean, as you said, you don't want to get too cute. They're really close. The running game's working. I think maybe just run it one more time, punch it right up.
Where you go as a coach, you know what? We're going to make it a 4-down territory. You get this close, we're punching this in to open up.
There's Nagy, and there's the touchdown.
Touchdown, Warhawks. Let's go.
Arrowhead gets on the board first, 6-0.
It's a great statement, Ryan, coming out and just really establishing dominance on the line of scrimmage. Moving the ball. They've had one throwing attempt. Otherwise, it's outside zone right, outside zone left, back, forth, they go, and it ends up for 6 with Nagy.
Yeah, and that pass, you know, it was a deep pass, but it was a safe throw. Just kept them honest enough so that they couldn't stack the box and let Nagy do his work. Oh, flag comes in. Looks like it's going to be offside on Janesville Parker. As
It's interesting. It moves you closer. Does the
yeah, I mean, if you get it closer, maybe go for 2.
Sometimes with kickers, you know, you never want to take them out of their rhythm and what they're used to. So also you start kicking from different spots.
Yeah, Sean Jochums has been great, a great kicker all season.
What a weapon to have.
And it's good. Nice kick. 7-0 Arrowhead.
Great start. And now what you'd like to see is your defense come out and do the same thing. Can they hold Janesville Parker in check? We know they have weapons on that side of the ball. Wanted to pay attention to where is number 11, where is J.J. Douglas? I think that's going to be on their mind. I know during the week they definitely prepared and had scout team going for it. So now you get to the real game and you get to the real guy. Can we stand up to the test here?
I mean, so far this is very similar to last week's homecoming game. Arrowhead scoring on their first possession. This time it was run heavy. Last week it was pass heavy. And you know what? They're just so versatile, so many ways they can hurt you. But perhaps the biggest thing, like you mentioned, is the defense. If Arrowhead can keep Janesville Parker, who's averaging 33.2 points per game, from putting up a lot of numbers, then this game could go the way Arrowhead wants it to.
Yeah, in looking at their stats, very balanced this year as well. 1,500 yards passing, 18 TDs. Rushing, 1,700 yards, 22 TDs.
And here's the kick from Jochums. And it is deep. It is way out. Touchback, Arrowhead. And here comes the defense.
Defense led by Fritz Rauch, a name that Arrowhead is familiar with, prior head coach here. Before that, several state titles at Homestead as a D coordinator. This is his first year back as a D coordinator here at Arrowhead and has got this defense playing at a very high level. Led up front, one of the best front sevens you're going to have in the state of Wisconsin. Senior Jacob WIAA is absolutely one of their key players on defense.
All right, so here's QB Gavin Novak back to pass. Throws it up the middle. It's a flying quail.
Oh, no.
Oh, flag.
You really didn't need to. That ball was so underthrown. There was no need to hold, but sometimes it's hard to stop. But you can see even in that attempt to drop back and pass, there's very little time with that defensive line, very good pass rushers.
Yeah, it's a tough unit to be sure. Let's see.
Oh, they're moving them back.
Oh, wow, okay.
Illegal player downfield.
All right, ineligible player downfield. That's a big break for Arrowhead.
Okay.
1st and 15 now from the 15.
This is a tough spot for Parker. You're going to want to get some yards here back on this first down. You don't have to get them all. They're looking for anything positive. Looks like the Warhawks are without one of their key players on the D-line, junior Jace Gilbert. So hopefully he can get back next week if we are able to get a win today.
All right, handoff, run up the middle, going nowhere. Perhaps a yard or two on the gain.
Terrell Thomas comes out, probably subbing a little bit more of the secondary players in, thinking a pass situation, and come out throwing. Nice throw.
Yep.
Warhawks swarm.
Really just got back to the original line of scrimmage here, so that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
And here you go. 3rd and 10. Can our defense get off the field? This is a spot where you're going to see our D-line kind of pin their ears back thinking, okay, it's a passing situation.
Janesville back to pass. He's throwing deep down the left.
Overshoots his intended target.
Yeah. It looked like that was intended for Caden Brandenburg, and Brandenburg was wide open. He just was overthrown. Well, that was a big play.
Dodged the bullet. There wasn't a guy within 10 yards, and now those are the things you look at. Is that a broken coverage, or knowing it's 3rd and long, it's hard to see guys that wide open for Janesville Parker. So we got lucky, missed the throw, but as it stands, we're forcing them in a punt.
Yeah, I think that was Jeff Rowan, the quarterback, overthrew him. Nice snap, low punt as it crosses the 50, and Janesville's going to down it. Not too bad at the 44. But again, great field position for Arrowhead, great defensive stop on their first opportunity.
And I know that punt was a little bit shorter, but it seems like Arrowhead this year has let a lot of punts hit the turf and roll. It's one of those things that builds up yards as games go on. And so what you always want is get your punt returner to catch the football, even fair catch. And you might save 10, 15 yards of field position. So see if they make adjustment next time if they get in a punt situation, if that deep man comes up a little bit so you can actually fair catch that.
All right, Holtz with a quick pass to Wesky on the left. Wesky with a nice move. Gain of about 7 on the play, maybe 8.
And they use that as almost just a long handoff. It's a screenplay to Wesky. They know how dynamic he is. He doesn't just catch deep balls, he catches screens out there. So a good play call, get the wide receivers involved, throw the defense off balance a little bit.
All right, we have Nick Sinelli, the junior running back, the second leading rusher on the team in right now, behind Holtz, and he gets the ball. Oh, and he's tackled quickly. Great play there by Parker.
Is that number 11?
I think it was. That's J.J. Douglas as he walks off the field, gets subbed out.
Very talented player on the defensive side as well. But it's always the question is how long can those guys stay on the field? Going two ways is tough. I know high school athletes are in great condition, but it can take a toll staying out on the field.
Yeah, Sinelli again on the carry. He got one that time.
4th and 2.
4th and short. So far, the offense is staying on the field.
Interesting call. We're up 1 score here. I wonder if you're going to call a freeze play. They're going to try and hard count them, see if they'll jump off sides. Now does Holtz just catch this and punt it, or are they going to run a play?
I mean, they've done that before. Holtz has that in his back pocket.
No, they're going to run a play.
It's a run, and they're going to get the first down and more. Nagy's on the loose. 30, 25, 20. Big first down there and
I see a
4th.
flag out there.
Flag right in the middle, back near the line of scrimmage. Number 63 of Parker waving the guys back.
Yeah, he looks like he might know something we don't. And he does.
Yeah, hold.
It's a big momentum change.
Yep.
Janesville Parker comes out and really does a great job of holding Arrowhead in check. Going to force them to punt. So nice job, Janesville Parker, coming out, making their adjustments, and now getting the ball back after a 3-and-out.
Yeah, you know, that was back-to-back runs where they just stuffed Arrowhead right at the line, and they were unable to do that on the first drive. So, like you said, nice adjustments, and this game is just starting to get good. Nice punt, and there, number 1 picks it up. He's across the 25, 30. He's got some room on the left side.
Another flag.
Flag goes flying in.
The refs are definitely making sure they're known today.
You know, I got to say, that flag throw was impressive. That was at least a 25-yard toss.
I wonder if they practice, you know, during the week, pull out their flags and toss around the backyard a little bit.
I can tell you 100% that they do. I mean, it's fun to throw those things. They got the little bean bags at the bottom, give it a little weight to it. You just let it fly, chuck it.
Do you think they dominate in like in a beanbag league?
I think they are cornhole assassins. I mean, how could you not be?
Looked like it was on Parker. I didn't catch the penalty, but they back up what was a good return. Too busy being fascinated by the actual throw to listen to what the call was.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the 29 for Parker.
Rolling him out.
Rolling out, QB throws it. He's got 11 open. Yep.
It's smart. One way to negate a really good D-line is get your quarterback on the run. Right? Roll him out, bring out a personal protector, put him on the edge, give him the option to run if there's nothing there. That's a very smart game plan by Janesville Parker. And again, you're going to want to target number 11.
Yeah, Rowan to Douglas. That's a combination we'll probably be seeing a lot of tonight. All right, this time it's a hand up, a run up the middle. Nice tackle, though. He ran into number 19, Ty Carnell. Great job, Tyler. Shout out to the Carnell family watching loyally as always. Hi, Grandma.
Number 4, Griffin Davis is a very nice back. Racked up 700 yards, almost 800 yards, 7 TDs this year.
All right, rolling back to pass it. This time he's gonna get taken down.
Great play defensively. Again, if you're gonna drop straight back with Janesville Parker's quarterback, you better have a clock in your head to say, I gotta get the ball out of my hands in a quick fashion. The longer you hold it, the quicker the Terrell Thomas, Jacob WIAA, Bakari.
Yeah, did you see who got there first on that play? I couldn't tell.
I think Conda was there.
I know Bakari definitely had the best celebration, so
Yes.
maybe that's a good sign that it was him.
Another 3rd and long. Remember, we had a guy streaking.
Yep.
Oh, screenplay?
Oh.
Batted.
Oh!
Down.
Almost
Great play.
picked. Great job by the
Another good stand
D-line.
on the defense. Although Janesville Parker doesn't seem to be coming off the field very fast. I wonder if they're thinking, we have an opportunity. Oh, no. Here comes the punt unit.
Yep, here
Smart
comes
move.
the punt unit.
Still 1-score game.
Back to receive for Arrowhead is Connor Foley.
All right, we'll see. Can we catch one of these punts?
You know, I bet at homecoming they played some Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA, and that D-line learned to put their hands up. All right, here we go. 4th and 12. It's a snap, and it's good, and the punt
Short
is
punt
nice and
again.
high, but short. And once again, they're going to get a
yeah,
bounce,
okay.
but this time it's in Arrowhead's favor.
Still, again, good starting position for Arrowhead. Let's see what Matt Harris and his staff come out with this time. Stick to the run game, or do they want to start opening it up and throwing the ball around a little bit more?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple Nagy runs just to get the momentum going in the right direction, but I definitely expect to see some more passing on this drive.
Trips into the boundary. You wonder if that screenplay is there again. Nope, hand it off.
Nagy's got some room across the
job.
50, 45, 40, finally taken down out of bounds.
It looks like Janesville Parker and Arrowhead, do they have their helmets? Oh. Sometimes you get those linemen and their butting heads and their helmets get connected to one another. Nothing more awkward than staring at another man's into his eyes deeply while you're trying to play football.
Well, now they know what a mountain goat feels like.
Spread formation for Arrowhead. You wonder if they're just trying to get the defense to spread out and run it, or they are going to take a shot.
All right, Holtz, no, he hands off to Nagy again, and he's got a lot of room up the middle, across the 25-20, inside the 16-yard line for Nagy.
I like the multiple formation set. You come out with a tight end and fullback, you run outside zone, you spread out the defense with your receivers, and ultimately you come back and run the same play.
All right, let's see if I'm going to get hired as an offensive coordinator soon. A couple runs by Nagy, and now they're going to throw it.
This is that spot where they wanted to take a shot last time. More of that pro set now, tight end, fullback.
All right, Holtz is back. Nope, it's another
Play
run up.
action.
Oh, fake out, hey-oh! To Trip Walsh!
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Walsh!
Foley, yes!
What an individual effort.
The play-action pass worked to perfection. Trip Walsh up the middle for a touchdown. 13-0 Arrowhead.
That ball was thrown, and it looked like Janesville Parker was in position to make a play on it. Tripp cut in front of him, and then stopped at the 1-yard line. He dives out, extends the football, and breaks the play. That is a really good job of Tripp Walsh. Individual effort, but also, you know, sophomore quarterback Vance Holtz to have confidence in Tripp to throw that ball knowing he's going to go out and get it.
And Jockham's kick is good. Speaking of going out and getting it, and it's 14-0 Arrowhead.
Great job, Warhawks, answering again. with a balance of run, 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 and then I think you may get called down at half, Ryan, as the coordinator. I might be up here by myself.
Well, you know, it was a good run. Oh man, I gotta say, this is exactly the start that Arrowhead wanted, playing every bit like a 1 seed so far. Although we've all watched sports long enough, if you're watching this stream tonight, to know that anything could happen. And we're just getting started here in the first quarter. 2:56 to go in the quarter, and then 3 more coming up after it.
Well,
so, I mean,
I filled in for you last year, level 1 game against Kenosha Bradford, and we had the opposite start in that game. Kenosha Bradford came out, had some very talented players, and jumped out to a 14-0 lead right away in the first, and then Arrowhead ended up coming back and winning that game. So you're right, anything can happen. It's a long, and Janesville Parker has the weapons to score quickly, which is always a formula to get back into games. But you're also right, this is how you want to come out. If you're Arrowhead, you get the number 1 seed, you hear a lot of rumblings from around the state about how they don't deserve it. You need to come out and take care of business. You need to look the part, and so far they've done that.
absolutely. As Jochum's kick sails in for a touchback, Parker's going to take over again on the 20. But yeah, I mean, this start is like getting, playing 3 holes of golf and you're 1 under. You know, there's still a lot more to play, but you put yourself in the position you want to be.
I don't know if you use that example that most people would know that experience, right? I've golfed my whole life, and I'm not sure I've known what 1 under feels like after 3 holes. So.
Okay, well, it's a good start.
Quads to the formation.
Oh, he finds 2 open for a first down and more. Gets it all the way to midfield, or almost to midfield at the 45. Oh, and then a big flag comes in on the sidelines after the play. A little bit of extracurricular.
Another top receiver for them. So they brought 4 receivers down to the bottom of the field. Interesting formation, and it obviously confused Arrowhead. Number 2 was wide open. And again, I don't know if we're just talking it into existence, but that's exactly what you would want from Janesville Parker, is a quick strike, flip the field position, and you're looking to try and flip this game and take the momentum away.
Well, Jeff Rowan's been pretty impressive so far tonight. He really just gets in there and slings it.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats. I see quarterback number 3.
Yeah, he's number 6.
Right, but quarterback number 3 had a number of game time experience too. So I don't know if due to injury or they split time. So Jeff Rowan definitely can throw the ball around.
Yeah, it's rare to see teams with multiple quarterbacks with double-digit touchdowns, unless there's an injury of some kind. As number 4 rolls to the left, gets pretty close to a first down.
And there it is, a nice run. Running a little counter play, so they'll pull their lineman. And number 4 is, again, another very good athlete for Janesville Parker. 2 good, positive plays for them. And here they are, knocking into the red zone. So pretty heavy set, Janesville Parker. Wings and tight ends.
Oh, flag right away on the play. False start, it looks like.
This is where Parker cannot afford the mistakes. They got to stay on schedule. These penalties are going to start adding up a little bit here for them if it keeps going that way. Stay on schedule. Don't make mistakes against this Arrowhead defense.
Well, that's a nice break for Arrowhead, because instead of 2nd and 2, it's now 2nd and 7. Rowan in the shotgun, waiting for the ball. Here it comes.
Roll out
scrambling. He's got 11 open, but he overthrows him too high on the throw.
Again, a nice concept by Parker. Get him out in space. 11's open if he just connects and hits that throw. So Good design play and almost a completion.
Well, here we go. We got 3rd and 7 now after that incompletion. Rowan back again in the shotgun. I bet it's going to be another roll and another throw.
Quick, easy rollout.
Yep. This time, though, 26 is there.
Now you put yourself in a short 4th down. I'm sure Janesville Parker coaches are going to go for this right now. Pick this up. You have a positive drive going.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving the ball nicely, but if Arrowhead can stop them, that's going to be a deflating moment for them.
Right. So big play early here in the first quarter. 4th and barely a yard.
The pajama-clad student section is starting to get a little bit louder. They know that they want to get a defensive stop here.
If I'm Parker, I almost go back to that same concept. Roll your quarterback out. I know it's only a yard, but I put my hands in my playmakers.
Oh, and they drew him off sides.
Parker gives Arrowhead a little taste of their own medicine. Arrowhead all year has been really good at getting the other team to jump. I'm sure Coach Rauch is going to be a little upset. Undisciplined play there.
Yeah, I'm sure the count was good, but Rowan also did a great job of slapping both hands down as though the ball was right about to come, and it really just fooled the Arrowhead's D there a little bit and got the first down. So now they're at the 26-yard line with a fresh set of downs.
Bend but don't break. Let's see if we can't force.
All right, he's rolling, but then he's going to get caught.
Good job, number 36.
Yeah, indeed. That's Noah Ledvina.
If he doesn't make that tackle, that's a very big gain for Parker's quarterback. So good job keeping contained and selling out and making that diving tackle. At some point, I'm just thinking you're going to see number 11 go deep and just throw him up the ball. He has, watching some of his highlights, he can make some pretty spectacular catches.
Oh, a big hit there on number 2. The ball pops out. Arrowhead's got it.
Was that a fumble or an interception?
You know what? I guess I can't say for sure. Folks at home, you might have to text us and let us know.
It was a big hit, I'll tell you that, Ryan. That was a tremendous hit.
Yeah, Caden Brandenburg either had it or was the intended receiver, and he got leveled. And next thing you knew, Arrowhead's running with the ball.
Exactly what Arrowhead defense needed to force a turnover. Good job by them, bending, but ultimately getting the ball back for Arrowhead.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Rauch wanted to see. A nice turnover to stop that momentum from building.
Those can be really defeating to the opposing team. As you talked about, you're having the positive plays, you're moving down the field, and now you're going to get a more dose of
Speaking of moving down the field, Nagy's on the run.
Uh-oh.
He gets to the 45.
Starting to see some flags. I don't know if it's getting a little chippy down there, but there's some extracurricular that's going on that if I'm the Arrowhead staff, I want to get in these guys' ears right away. That play, or that flag came about 25 yards behind where Nagy was.
Yeah, that's the second big run by Nagy that's been negated by a penalty, by a hold. And, you know, like we said, even though they've got a nice lead, you can't rest on it. You got to keep building it. And I think you're right. I think the coaches are going to get that cleaned up.
So that penalty happened 10 yards downfield. That's why it's still a 1st and 10.
Bolts with the bomb to trip. Oh, just overthrown.
I like the taking a shot, but it's not broke. Don't fix it. Go back to the run. They have not shown consistently, Janesville Parker that is, the ability to stop our running game. So I'd like to get some yards here, make it a manageable third down.
Yep, there's Nagy. Not much there, though, just a yard or two. But again, 3rd and 7s, or, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4, making it a little bit more manageable and just chipping away.
That's where taking that shot on first down, again, puts you behind the chains a little bit. Now you're in 3rd and 7. You run that ball twice and you have a manageable, but, that's the game of football. It's easy to critique when you're up in the booth.
It sure is. But fortunately for Arrowhead, they've got the pass game to pick this up here.
Absolutely, Vance Holt's in trouble. He's going to go down.
Yeah, not to be on that play. Great defense by Parker.
It's very good defense, especially after that turnover where you may get a time for a letdown. They decide to ratchet up their defense and, again, stop Arrowhead, who, has been driving the ball and then 3 and outs. So getting a little more consistency on offense for Arrowhead, we'd like to see. But give credit to Janesville Parker for coming up with a really big stop there and keeping themselves in this game.
Yep. All right, well, that's the end of the first quarter. Let's hear a word from our friends over at Delafield Main Street Boutique.
Pick it up. It's half display. You got to do it again. It's for the presentation so our customers see it right. Okay, pick up another one. Let's do it again.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm the coach here at Delafield Main Street Boutique. You stick to coaching football. I'll take care of the women's apparel.
Yep, that's right, folks. Delafield Main Street Boutique's a great local place where you can support small businesses and get some great fashion and accessories, too. Speaking of fashion accessories, these Warhawks look great in red as they're about to punt here at the start of the second quarter. Oh, and it's bouncing at the 40. Takes a small bounce toward Arrowhead's favor, and it rolls out at the 34.
All right, here we go. Oh, what would you know? Another flag.
Yeah, that's already more flags tonight than we had all last week, I think. But then again, this is playoffs. Everything's turned up a notch or two.
Going against Parker. They'll back him up.
Yeah, block in the back there.
All right, quarter one in the books. Let's see what's in store for second quarter as quarterback rolls out. Finds his target. It's going to be a first down. Nice throw, nice catch in traffic.
Just in case replay. All right, people. 1st and 10 now. Again, if the second quarter swings one way or the other, they could really make a big difference in how this is viewed. But right now,
Nice run.
Parker's on the run. First down.
Shout out to Lucas and Dylan watching at home. Normally we're watching the live stream together. Every time Arrowhead scores, we'll take a lap around our living room I meant to tell them after we scored to take a lap. So you owe us 2 laps at home, boys. So Lucas and Dylan take a lap twice, and hopefully there's more to come.
That's awesome. Nothing like getting the next generation ready for some athletic greatness with getting laps at a young age. All right, 4 is on the run. This time he's
Another good
got
run.
another first down. They might mark it just short. We'll have to see, but it looked to me like he got it. Yep, indeed. There goes the chain gang.
I know Janesville, Parker wanted to score that last drive, but what you see is they have a little confidence on the offensive side of the ball. They've started to put together some very explosive plays, running and passing. So Arrowhead's defense has got to come up with some answers here. Roll out.
Roll out to the left. He's got a guy open in the middle. It's 80. He's not going to have the first down, but it was a nice gain on the play. That is Keegan, oh boy, Skirschak. I can't. I definitely did not pronounce that right, but we'll listen to see how the PA takes a crack at it.
Quarterback Jeff Rowan. He broke every rule that you have as quarterbacks when you're rolling to your left, throwing across your body back into the middle of the field, but did it successfully. So again, good job by him moving with the football and delivering the ball in an accurate manner. Drops back.
Another pass. This one's deep.
Got a chance. Jump ball.
Oh, incomplete.
Really, really good play.
Yeah, that was
Arrowhead.
As you mentioned earlier, that was Douglas jump ball. Pretty well defended though on the play. You know. Yeah, who was that on the coverage? Was that maybe Brady Carpenter? Maybe Connor Foley? They were both pretty close.
And you know that is something that they have been practicing and aware of. And he played that as good as you can get. Gets his eyes on the ball right away. Goes up for it. Doesn't hand fight with the receiver. Doesn't impede his process.
All right, 3rd and 3. This time it's another run.
Play. Got offensive lineman pulling, and again, it's something that you wouldn't necessarily expect against this defense to be able to win that line of scrimmage, but they are getting a good push, and they manage a great first down run, or run on 3rd down and pick up a first down. Moves the chains once again, back to where they were before the turnover, knocking on the red zone area. See if Arrowhead can find that magic once again to stop them or get a turnover.
Nope, number 6 back to pass again.
Tip.
Oh, nice defense that time. Yeah, I mean, Rowan didn't scramble at all, and truly he didn't really have much room to. The defense was chasing him, and he just had to get it out. But nowhere to go that time. So now it's 2nd and 10 from the 30, or 29. And Arrowhead's defense has got to come up with a stop here.
Across the middle.
Incomplete. Another pass intended to Bradenburg.
Another 3rd down. What have we seen from them so far, Ryan? Are they going to want to move their quarterback out, get him on the edge, see if they pick up a quick completion, put it in a manageable 4th?
I mean, it's either that or get the ball to Griffin Davis and just hope he can hustle out to the sideline like the last few first downs.
Big play here, Arrowhead defense trying to come up big.
Yep, Davis got the ball, and he's going to be brought down. Ooh, it's going to be close. Close to that first down. 4th
and short again, been here before. Ryan, you might be calling the plays for both Arrowhead and Janesville Parker in the second half.
You know what? That would be great.
Instead of all-time quarterback, you're just the all-time play caller. You just switch sides.
It's like playing myself in chess.
4th and 1. I imagine Coach Rauch is in this huddle right now saying, don't jump. That has to be a given. Last time Janesville Parker was in this position. Got Arrowhead to jump off sides, pick up the first down. The way they're running the ball, Ryan, I think I like your call here if I'm Janesville Parker. We've been moving the line of scrimmage. Give the ball to number 4 and see if we can't pick up this first down here.
Yeah, I mean, ever since that turnover on the last play, Griffin Davis has been running it hot, and you know, the passing game just hasn't been there yet on this drive.
It's like Parker staff's out there having a conversation with the refs. Maybe asking them to keep their flags in their pockets a little bit more. Timeout.
Timeout,
Parker.
Janesville.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, with 8:28 to go in the first half, you know, this is the best field position they've had all game. And now we're at a crucial 4th and 1. I don't blame them for wanting to take their time, make sure everyone's on the same page, make sure they like the play call. And because truly, I mean, big moment in the game here.
They've done a nice job picking up first downs, keeping the drive going. I know they really want to put their best play out here. Keep Arrowhead's offense off the field, pick up first down. Let's see what play they got in store. I wonder if they're maybe just quarterback sneak.
Oh, well, look who's back behind the center. It's J.J. Douglas.
Yep.
And here he goes. He reached forward. I think he got it.
Yep.
On the reach. I mean, the official on the left is certainly giving him the spot.
Yeah, nothing new, Janesville Parker. They'll play him all over the place. Again, he had 511 yards rushing for him this year. A guy that they just want to put the football in his hands.
All right, so that'll bring up 1st and 10 now from the 19. Parker on the move.
So really great drive by Janesville Parker. Again, eating up clock. That's just limiting possessions for Arrowhead, exactly what you want to do.
Rowan with a handoff to Davis.
But they have to get in and capitalize.
Nice tackle by Ben Hartzell on the play. Yeah, I agree, Andy. If Janesville ends this drive, this long, lengthy drive, with accomplishing nothing but just eating up some clock, that's going to be pretty demoralizing over there on the sidelines.
See, we got 2nd down. Looks like another handoff. And again,
oh, nice tackle there.
A lot of yardage. Moving the line of scrimmage forward is Janesville Parker. Good call. You get a 3rd and 5, manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, and I mean, they're forcing Arrowhead's defense to make some nice diving tackles, you know, which is great, but it's really only a matter of time until he's able to sneak past one of those. If they keep having that kind of success, that nice burst.
This is where not having Jace, you know, really hurts us up front. Another big body, somebody that has played extremely well. 3rd and 5.
All right, rolling back to pass. It's caught, but going, incomplete, knocked out.
4th and 5. I imagine you're not going to settle for a field goal at this point.
Yeah, Paul Kim had it, but the Arrowhead defender jumped and fell on him, and the ball popped out. 4th and 5 from the 13.
This is where, you know, Ryan, I think to myself, if I'm Janesville Parker, how do I get 11 involved? What's a play that can put him in the action? You see we're pressed up on him outside. Hopefully we have safety help over top. If I'm the quarterback, I'm looking out to number 11 saying, I might like this matchup to the top of the field.
Oh, it's a handoff, but it was
Oh
a
my
fake.
gosh, reverse. Touchdown,
Parker, wow.
And just like that, ladies and gents, this is an interesting game as Parker looks to cut it to 7 points pending an extra point.
Yeah, that was a sneaky play. It was a great play, great call.
Great call. You've been running that counter play all game, and what their answer to that is their little inside trap play.
I mean, Arrowhead's Coach Harris has to be thinking right now, we want to answer before half. We want to get another score, get back to a double-digit lead.
And remember, Arrowhead received to start the game, so they'll be kicking away at halftime. Yeah, you would like to get another touchdown here, another answer to try and take back some momentum, because right now, offensively, Janesville Parker has been moving the ball successfully on Arrowhead. We've seen Arrowhead on offense be able to run it in big chunks at times, but then also go 3 and out. So we'd like to have our own 10-play drive, Ryan. We'd like to move the chains consistently down the field, eat up, a 6-minute drive here to end half for a touchdown would be outstanding. Defense has been out on the field a lot. Sometimes, picking up first downs in long drives like that, help your defense out. Keep them on the sidelines. Let them get a little bit of a break.
Absolutely. I mean, with Yankee deep here for the Warhawks for this kickoff, Arrowhead's got to be thinking long drive, get points one way or the other. Even if they have a long drive and get a field goal, I mean, you're putting it back up to a 10-point game.
I want to see what Parker does here. Last time they kicked off, it was a short kick. I'm yelling to my front line, watch the ball. I mean, worst case scenario, Parker get an onside kick here and have the ball back in their hands. So I want to watch the ball, and again, a short kick. Arrowhead's going to have good field position as long as he hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of stutter-stepped there a little bit when he saw the defenders rushing toward him. But I believe that was Colton Harriet who got it to the 30-yard line.
One of the best things I saw last week, Ryan, is Colton Harriet gets a touchdown, and his father's on staff down there, and he comes off running, excited, and they do that thing where they jump up in the air and try and hit backs. Well, Colton is obviously much stronger than his father must be, because he laid his dad out on the sidelines.
He sure did, and look for that on your GIF keyboard in the near future as Nagy runs and gets a first down and more across the 50.
Right. Good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit that footage and just get it on a loop and send it out in an all-staff email, I think. Great run by Nagy. Once again, Nagy cut to the left and got a big first down, getting him to the 47.
Another outside zone play, this time bottled up, but good job breaking the tackle. Hard hit. Fumble.
I think Arrowhead fell on it first.
Wow, that was a great defensive effort. I believe that's number 11, came flying in from behind. Knocked the ball out, hard hit. Boy, dodging another bullet, that could have been tough.
Yeah, quick reflexes there by Arrowhead to fall on that immediately. First and 10 now from the 35. Colts in the shotgun, he gets it. He's passing, I believe that is Yankee on the reception. Gain of 5.
Okay.
4-yard gain, brings up second and 6.
I like that, concept to get a quick, easy completion, something they practice a lot. Now you're looking at 2nd and 6. You want to stay on schedule here again, pick up some yards, get yourself into some manageable 3rd downs.
All right, he's ooh.
Good job.
Okay.
Nick Sinelli does a really nice job.
Good run by Sinelli there.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and a yard. See if Arrowhead wants to take a shot here, or just plunge ahead and pick up that 1st down. Handoff up the middle. Good job avoiding rush.
Oh yeah, Nagy's on the
Open.
loose. And there
Arrowhead
it is!
touchdown.
Touchdown, Arrowhead!
Dylan and Lucas take a left.
Mr. Nagy is having one heck of a day. Finds the end zone again.
So much for that 6-minute drive. Arrowhead answers rather quickly.
Well, you know, as long as you get the points on the
As long as you
board,
get the points.
that's the most important thing. Yep, and there it is. Great job by Jockums.
Great drive. Came out, threw the ball a little bit, easy completions. Picked up the yards they need, and then again, keep feeding Drew Nagy, Nick Sinelli.
All right, 21-7 as Janesville Parker is back to receive. Looks like they have number 8, Diesel Richards. Oh no, maybe that's number 2, I apologize. Caden Brandenburg on the right. And it looks like number 4, Griffin Davis on the left. All right, Jockham's ready to kick. Oh, and it's another nice high one. This one not quite as far. Parker gets it across the 20. Rolls out, he's still going. A flag comes in as he's brought down at the 37. While we're waiting to hear what the call is on that flag, shout out to the Arrowhead girls tennis team as they head to team state today. And also in WIAA playoff action tonight is the Arrowhead boys volleyball team here at home as they take on Nicolay. And tomorrow, also here at home, Arrowhead soccer team is engaging in their second game of the playoffs.
It's a great time of year for all the sports here.
It sure is. Okay, so 1st and 20, that penalty was on Parker. Another handoff to number 4, running right up the middle.
Wow.
And he gets another 1st down for Parker.
The push up front, I keep saying it, but I'm very surprised with our defense, the way they played all year for Janesville Parker to have that success running the football.
There's a closer look up at that front line of Janesville Parker. Doing a great job tonight. Quick pass to the left. Oh,
no.
He bounced it right to him. Bounced it to Douglas.
Had some blockers out front. As it is, it's incomplete. Bringing up a 2nd and long. That incomplete hurts too, stops the clock. You may see Janesville Parker, if they start getting first downs, to really take a little bit more time. The last thing they really want to do is turn this ball back over to Arrowhead, knowing how explosive their offense can be before half. So you're going to see them run the ball, keep that clock ticking. Good job stopping the run. It's a better job of swarming by Arrowhead's defense. But you'll see Janesville Parker take up most of this play clock. And then they're really hoping to pick up a first down and keep this drive alive, where Arrowhead, you make a stop here and get this ball turned back over with good field position. Plenty of time left in this half.
Yeah, now it looks like Parker's ready to pass here on this play. Yep, he's back, dropping back. Nowhere to go! Brought down! A tandem effort. WIAA and Noah Ledvina.
It looked like Jacob WIAA used his patented spin move. It's one of the more athletic moves I've seen a D lineman use. Very quick off the ball, quick spin move, and it put him in position to pick up a really important sack on fourth down.
You know, I saw him in the cafeteria this afternoon, and I wished him good luck. And, you know, he looked at me and smiled, and I saw a little glint in his eyes that said, "Watch for my spin move." He didn't say the words, but I could just read it on his body language.
He's one of those football guys, you know, that you just love. He had a cast on for a while, and then mysteriously it was gone. And when I asked him about it, he said, "Yeah, I had my dad take it off." That's a football guy. Having your parents just remove the cast themselves.
You know, a sign of toughness or a really bad itch he wanted to scratch for sure. Okay, I'm looking here at both student sections as Shout is playing. Arrowhead student section uninterested in dancing along, but Parker's is happy to oblige with the instructions to Shout as Parker is about to punt. 4th and 18 from the 23. Okay, this is a low punt.
Hey,
and Wesley got it. He's on the move. Across the 50 and the 45. Gets to the, maybe the 43, 42. Nice return.
Great effort. I mean, as I talked about before, that ball hits and rolls for 10, 15 yards further, as opposed to him catching it and picking up 10, 15 yards. You're talking about a 30-yard net gain overall, or change of field. So good job coming up. Good job being sure-handed and getting that ball now into Janesville Parker's territory.
Yeah, I mean, last week, Wesky returned a punt all the way to the house for a touchdown. So anytime he's got the ball in his hands and room to run, it's what you want to see as an Arrowhead fan.
Handoff.
Speaking of room to run, Nagy's on the move.
Oh, no.
2 flags come in. Flag on the right, flag on the left.
I can tell by the signal the ref's giving to Coach Harris, his hands out wide, almost as if a bear hug. I'm just going to go assume that that's a holding on Arrowhead. What they don't want to see, the refs, they don't want to see the hands outside of the defender's shoulder pads. As soon as they get outside, that flag's going to come in.
You know, that's some great analysis, because I saw him do the same thing, and I thought he was just telling him how big the fish he caught last weekend was.
Oh, it's this big. Oh, big penalty, Arrowhead. Can we overcome it?
I mean, 1st and 22, 2.5 minutes and change to go in the half, and they're going to go to Nagy for a very short gain. Nothing doing on that play.
I'm not sure if I saw this correctly, but it looked like our left tackle, Garrett Sexton, got absolutely run over by the D lineman. I don't know if his feet got caught underneath him or he just got caught by surprise, but he ended up on his back at the snap of the ball. That's not something that you want to see going forward.
Holtz back to throw, going deep, and he's got him. Oh yeah, Yankee! Oh, he got so close to the first, but he just couldn't wiggle his way across the line.
That's a great throw. Holtz has a little pressure, steps up in the pocket, but what you like to see out of a young quarterback like that is to have the confidence in his throwing ability. He makes that throw before Yankee is even in his break. He's thrown to his spot. He trusts his receivers.
Flags come out.
A little redemption for Arrowhead from before. They're going to cause Parker to jump off sides and pick up that first down. But as a young quarterback, as a sophomore, you just really like what you see out of Vance Holtz at this part of his career. Minute 25, you got a lot of time left. I believe Arrowhead has 2 timeouts left. No,
Looks like one timeout for Arrowhead, 2 for Parker.
Okay, plenty of time.
Holtz back, he's passing. Another completion. A first down again and then some. Once again, Wesky, the receiver.
Just the little things on that throw, Ryan. We hit a couple of those throws as the receiver's cutting across in the middle. They jump the middle, and what does Vance Holtz do? He throws his receiver back to the outside. So his accuracy and his placement, understanding where to throw the ball, that's a great job by not only our coaching staff to get him ready, but a good job executing by Vance Holtz.
This time a handoff to Nagy. A flag comes in again.
I think he threw that before the snap. I think he just figured there was going to be a penalty. False start. Arrowhead, another penalty overcome. Boy, oh boy. Walking it back, it's going to be first and goal from the 15.
48 seconds to go in the half.
1 timeout, still plenty of time.
Plenty of
You
time.
can still run the ball here, Ryan.
Oh, we got Yankee, Harriet, Walsh on the left. We got Wesky on the right. Nagy behind Holtz.
Running the clock, we got to go here, fast here.
High snap, but Holtz gets it nicely. And he's going to Wesky deep.
Nope.
Oh, too far. Incomplete.
Again, 33 seconds. You can still run the ball here. You got a timeout. Well, unless we took it here.
Yep, timeout Arrowhead.
Oh, boy.
Oh no, timeout Parker. I apologize.
I was going to say, that would have been a precarious timeout with the clock stopped.
Yeah, after an incomplete pass. Makes way more sense for Parker to want to get their defense set.
Well within range for our kicker. So having him as a weapon, knowing that, we have that to fall back on. But Arrowhead, I'm sure, knowing that Parker gets the ball to start the second half, would love to punch it in here and go up 28-7.
Okay, it looks like we're back and ready for some action here. Second and goal. Holtz waiting for the snap. This time he's looking left. And he's throwing deep. He's got tripped wide open. Touchdown! Walsh in the corner!
2 touchdowns today for Trip Walsh, who, wasn't a big target throughout this season. He came in as the #1 ranked receiver preseason. Throughout the year, hasn't had as many targets, but today, obviously, in the game plan, why not? You have a very tall, athletic receiver out there. Throw the ball up.
Yeah, and he's scoring different ways. The first one, ball thrown short, he lunged and leaped and reached for that touchdown. This time, just Holtz found him, placed it perfectly in the back corner of the end zone. Jochum's kick is up. Ooh, nearly blocked, but the Parker guy was just a few moments late as that one flies perfectly through the uprights. 28-7 Arrowhead.
Yeah, good answer for the Arrowhead team. You have a game that momentum started shifting a little bit towards Janesville Parker, and they were able to score twice within the 6 minutes in the second half and really take a commanding lead here going into the second half. So got to be happy about that. But there's still 27 seconds left. Got to make sure on this kickoff that we don't give up anything to Parker to put them in position to score points at the very end of this half.
Yeah, absolutely. The name of the game for Arrowhead here is just get to halftime. And I wouldn't be surprised if Janesville Parker does the same. See that a lot in these high school games.
Absolutely. Just looking at some scores around the state here. Looks like Muskego I don't actually have the scores. Never mind. We'll come back to that.
Those ads will get you.
Well, according to what I have, it looks like Waukesha West up 7 over Monona Grove.
All right, a nice high kick there. It's being returned. Parker's going to get it just across the 20.
Looks like McGuanago is up large, 49-0 at half. Oak Creek in our side of the bracket up 14-7 over Badger, halftime. Muskego up 42-0 in second quarter.
Looks like the other one seeds are taking care of business.
Indeed.
Okay, 1st and 10 here from the 21. Number 6 throws it down the middle, incomplete though. He was trying to get it to Antoine Jarrett there, but overthrown. 2nd and 10 now. $18 seconds left in the half. It won't be long before both coaches get a chance to talk to their squads, kind of reset and get ready for the second half. But first, 18 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Rowan passes, and it's complete, but he breaks out to the middle. Number 11's loose. Gets almost to the 50-yard line.
Nice
Douglas,
job.
He's such a weapon. He can beat you with his height and his size, or if he gets in the open field, his speed.
Well, you can see the problem he has. I mean, if you want to play deep and not let him go over top, they're going to throw him short and let his athleticism show. Nine seconds, probably looking at last play of the half. See what they have in store.
Oh, big flag. That one was very highly thrown.
Nine seconds left. The refs, man, will make sure that they're remembered before they go into half.
You know, I think maybe, I mean, all of these officials seem physically fit and athletic, but I think it would be nice if maybe they invented one of those little claws that the officials could use to pick up the flags so they don't have to keep bending over, especially with how frequently they're being thrown.
That is true.
All right, another pass. This one right up the middle to number 80. Huge hit! And he's brought down. Nice completion there by Keegan S.
It's not the last play of the half. It looks like they elected to take their final timeout. I wonder if they're setting up just to get within range of a Hail Mary here.
Well, as most Wisconsin football fans know, thanks to Aaron Rodgers, you know, the Hail Mary can be a powerful weapon if utilized correctly. You think there's any chance we'll see something different than a Hail Mary on this play, Andy? Maybe some sort of trickery?
You know, it depends on the arm strength of a quarterback. If you feel like he can't quite get it there, I know sometimes teams will intentionally throw it down to the 10-yard line thinking the defense is going to be back in the end zone and try and kind of just push it in from there. I've seen hook and ladders work in the past, so it depends on what they have in their playbook and what they think they can execute here.
All right, well, let's see. Here's the play. Back to pass. It's going to be a bump. Oh, he
Good
gets
job.
a nice job by number 9.
Getting in there and
Hits the arm. And that is halftime. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to start off with getting to see the marching band perform their great show, and then we're going to check in with Coach Harris. We'll see his pre-taped interview and tell us what he expected coming into tonight's game.
off them.
The 2022 Marching Warhawks. Tonight, the band will perform Toxic
All right, wonderful job, band. The band is led by directors Jake Polansich and Ryan Meisel. And now let's check in, as previously mentioned, with Andy Johnson's pregame interview with head coach Matt Harris.
Coach Harris, we have the coaches interview brought to you by MyWisconsinPhotography.com, run by one of our own guys.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen some of his pictures?
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah, his calendar is even more incredible.
Awesome, and they're coming out for Christmas. So if you want to get a calendar for somebody, perfect gift, go to MyWisconsinPhotography.com. Coach Harris, this is your third year here at Arrowhead.
It's going fast.
Going fast. First question I want to ask, in this year 3, what are some takeaways that you've sort of realized or come to understand about your time here at Arrowhead?
On the football side, it's, we've been working for 3 hard years to instill and install a process of how we do things. And, right from the gate, right from team camp in July, you could tell that we finally had this thing going the way that we saw fit for us and how all our coaches like things to operate. And I think that put us ahead, very far ahead at the beginning of the year, whereas when you first come, you have to install those little things and it can make it difficult and slow the process. When you want to go 1,000,000 miles an hour, you get pulled back to 5 miles an hour. Well, now it's like the kids are just feeding and they just want this information and they just want to learn football and they just want to learn what our program is going to be. So that's been the main thing. I just think we have a very focused process, and that's been cool.
Number 1 seed in the tournament, first time since 2014. Great conference record, 5-2. Couple real nail biters. Combined losses by 3 points, 1 to McGuanago, 2 to Muskego. What did those games teach your staff? You can't take anything for granted. What I really think it did, win or lose, is I think it brought our staff together. I would say in both of those losses, we really realized this is a full team effort. The defense isn't going to win it for us. The offense isn't going to win it for us. Special teams isn't going to win it for us. We just have to do it together. And I think through those losses, we learned that. We learned hey, when we put this whole thing together, we can be a really special football team. And I think that's probably the best thing that came out of it. And what do you think your players learned in those games?
Probably the same thing, because we preach it all in one. But I think they also probably gained some confidence. We always talk about filling our buckets of hard work, confidence, and togetherness. And I think that's it. I think they gained some confidence. Hey, we can play with these guys. We lost both games to turnovers. We had 3 against Muskego and 1 against McGuanago, and I think they realized, hey, we clean a little bit of this up, and these teams will struggle with us, and that's ultimately, I think the best thing that came out of it. Even though it was a loss, we gained some confidence in knowing who we really can become.
For those that are watching tonight who haven't maybe watched this program all year or not as familiar, what would you describe the identity of the Arrowhead football team this year?
I would say just tough. On defense, we really like to get after people. We play simply in everything that we do. We try to be as simple as possible. And I think it lets the kids be fast and be tough and be physical. And I think those are the things you're starting to see, all from exactly what I said at the beginning. Because now they understand the process, there's not a whole lot of learning that needs to go on as much anymore on the basics, and that allows them to play at that type of level. And,
Yeah, speaking of play, we got a lot of playmakers on the offensive side. We have some outstanding receivers, great running backs, line, all of that. But the quarterback position gets a lot of attention and focus.
Mm-hmm.
Sophomore Vance Holtz has done a tremendous job.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance, because there's been some sophomore mistakes, I assume.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How do you balance getting him to play not conservatively, but also make smart decisions as he goes? Honestly, I think it's Coach Burlingame and the way that he calls the offense. Like he's very strategic on making sure that we're not asking him to do too much, but also allowing him to be who he is. I mean, this kid's a competitor. You know, from the moment that we've seen him play, we knew that this kid would do whatever it takes to win. Almost sometimes outside of what we even ask him to do, and you know, so that's it though. I think Coach Burlingame does his best to keep it simple for him and allow him, you know, even in his play calling, I think he calls plays that he knows Vance is successful at. I mean, he's very thorough in charting everything that Vance does, and when he sees there's a specific play that Vance is really good at, you can rest assured we're probably going to run it a lot.
And then on the other side, tremendous defense. You know, arguably one of the best defenses in the state. You have a tremendous staff, but singling out, what has Coach Ralph Fritzrell brought to the team this year as a D coordinator?
You know, just his wealth of knowledge, and you know, he's pretty much seen everything, done everything. You know, he's won multiple state championships, and you know, I think he's brought the confidence of that to the kids. Like he's very, very believable, and you know, I think what goes underrated when you are a coordinator is your ability to teach. And I don't know that I've seen anyone be able to teach, no matter what it is, even if it's a difficult task. Like he has this incredible ability to teach kids how to get things done the way he sees fit. And I think that's probably the number one aspect of his, you know, of who he is he's just an incredible teacher.
Janesville Parker's coming in tonight. Just real quick, what are your keys? What should we be looking for in terms of how does Arrowhead win this game?
Yeah, I think it goes back to everything we said about who we are. You know, we put the hard work in. That part's done. We just need to go out, play confident, and know that what we're capable of, and do things the way we know how, and make sure that you know we stick to one play at a time in the playoffs. And you get caught up in looking at brackets and looking at the future, and we've tried to, you know, focus on one play, do your job one play at a time, and that's how we're going to take the whole process.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, great insight there from Coach Harris. Now, folks, if you took a little break to go get a snack, or if you're just joining us, I'll have a little recap of the first half. Arrowhead is up 28-7 over Janesville Parker here in the Level 1 playoffs. And so far, both teams have reason to be excited about their chances in the second half. Both teams have been able to find success, but right now, with a 21-point lead, Arrowhead is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Ryan, you'd like to see them again come out, if you're Arrowhead, and pull away the second half. You look around the rest of the state, most of the number ones are handling business. Both Muskego and McGuanago have comfortable leads, up 40 in the second half. Looked like Bayport was struggling a little bit with De Pere. Last time I saw a score for them, the number one seed across from us, they were up only 14-7. So back to this game, it's just a matter of coming out and finding answers on the defensive side. Offensively, you know, we showed the ability to score quickly. Defensively, can we stop those long drives from Janesville Parker?
Well, I know I'm excited, not only for the second half, but for all of the rest of the playoffs season for the WIAA sports. It's so great to have a thriving high school sports community. I know that some states across the country are jealous of the great action we have here in Wisconsin, and if Arrowhead can get on a nice run here, then these fans that are out here in pajamas tonight are going to be in tune for a wonderful October, November.
Absolutely. Looking at what does a 1 seed give you? Well, it gives you home field advantage through level 3. The ability to play at home is a tremendous asset, tremendous gift, but it comes down to taking care of business on the field and to make sure that you move on and put yourself in position to succeed. Arrowhead's got to come out and play like the number 1 seed.
Well, so far they have tonight. I think that Arrowhead, if they can keep on this run, I like their chances against anyone. Obviously, like you said, you have to execute, but they've got the talent, they've got the coaching, they have the opportunity to have a memorable postseason.
Helps obviously limiting or not having turnovers at this point. They got lucky. The ball hit the ground. Nagy dropped the ball, but recovered. And then Arrowhead was able to get that stop in deep in their own territory. So winning the turnover battle right now obviously shows on the scoreboard. Ryan, I'm sure both coaching staffs are hoping for a little bit more clean play here in the second half. First half marred with not only turnovers, but also penalties. Both sides, I'm sure, have talked to their players about cleaning up their play going forward here in the second half.
That'd be nice. The only thing I like more than a penalty-free game is an Arrowhead win. So if we can get both of those at the same time, sign me up.
I think I have a text here from Harriet. I'm hearing things from the home audience. I wonder if he's caught wind of your plan to make the memes or GIFs. Cat's out of the bag, but oh well, it's still gonna happen.
He's gonna be happy when he sees the footage, okay? I can tell you that much right now. All right, and here, without further ado, it's the start of the second half.
I was just gonna bet, do you think this one's gonna go through the end zone? That's a pretty sure bet. Again, great weapon to have. A guy that can consistently kick it out of the end zone, limits those returns. And let's see if Arrowhead defense can jump out from the start here and get a 3-and-out to start the second half. Somebody that's heating up, number 9, Jago Woida, again, had a tremendous, impactful first half.
All right, here's
start
the
off
first
with
play.
a run. Oh, again, number 4.
Oh, more of the same.
Increases.
Griffin Davis, the senior, is having one heck of a game. If this indeed is going to be his last high school game, he's certainly going to make it memorable with an outstanding performance tonight.
Showing great vision, Ryan. He's stringing it out and then puts his foot down and finds a crease to get north and south. And he has been very effective running the ball for Janesville Parker here to start. Now, Arrowhead defense again, what are their answers? A little bit better job swarming. Again, establishing that line of scrimmage, keeping it bottled up. Much better job on that first down for Arrowhead. But still, you're looking at Janesville Parker, who is staying on schedule, getting positive yards on first down.
You know, I know I'm being hired as the offensive coordinator for both squads, but if I were in charge of the defense, I'd focus on the run. And, you know, so far the passing game hasn't beat us too bad.
Yes, but it's one of those things where they can strike and strike quickly with number 11. But number 4, again, showing great cutback, great vision.
Yeah, he had a nice little loop there around the defense for another first down. Yeah, you focus too much on the run, that leaves you exposed in the passing game. So,
kind of reminds me a little bit of our standout running back last year, Elijah Parr, with his ability to kind of see the field and make good cutbacks. Number 4, is it Griffin Davis?
Yep.
Again, they saw something in the first half, something they liked, and an ability to, again, eat up time. You want to limit Arrowhead's possessions and run these long series, and all of that running to start, what does it set up? The ability to throw now to number 11 and get a great explosive play on first down.
Yep, and that'll bring up 2nd and 4 now from the 47.
So Janesville Parker coming out right away from the second half. They are not intimidated or scared. They're coming back into this game, marching it down in their first possession in the second half. Going back to the run.
Okay, short again. Short again. This is more of that bending but don't break you were talking about in the first half. 3rd and 2.
Just me, or does our sidelines seem a little flat today? Our players, it just seems like void of emotion a little bit maybe here. Like something, here's a counter play.
Oh,
First
and another
down.
first. Yeah, the line is a little subdued right now on the sidelines. You know, maybe it's all those freshmen we're seeing that we talked about pregame. You know, they're not quite sure what exactly
Where they are or what
they're
they're doing.
supposed to be doing. I'm sure it was a lot of the same for the freshmen at the homecoming dance last Saturday. You know, not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm here and I'm excited about it. 1st and 10 now from the 40. Oh, this time it's going to be a pass up the middle, incomplete, overthrown.
And coming up blitz off the side, it looks like, is that Carpenter? He delivered a really big hit to the quarterback, or Ty Carnell. Great call by Fritz Rauch, bringing the pressure, and that obviously impacted his throw. So can we get to the quarterback this half?
Okay, another
Throw block in the
sneaky
back.
pass. Handoff there. Fake to 4 and giving it to number 1, Paul Kim.
Gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 2.
All right, 3rd and 2 again. This time from the 32. This drive has been eating up some clock to start the second half. We're under 8 minutes now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're an Arrowhead fan. But this ball is deep. 26 is almost making the catch.
Great coverage, not getting beat deep. Had a shot to intercept that. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. I mean, these are the long drives that you would want to have if you're Janesville Parker. You're taking up the time. If Arrowhead's offense isn't on the field, I'm pretty sure it's hard for their offense to score. I'm not a genius by any level, but I think that's the way it works, and you're moving methodically down the field, but you got to end in points. So this 4th down is a huge play here in this second half. Can Arrowhead stiffen up here and get off the field? Snap.
4th and 2, it's a pass.
Complete.
Oh, Douglas with the first down.
Good play call, gutsy play call. 4th and short, you fake the throw, fake the run and throw it across the middle. But it does make it easy when you're throwing a number 11. That's not a bad decision. Another first down, big pickup on 4th down, slowing the clock. Look at how long they're taking to get to the ball. This is not an up-tempoed team right now, knowing that they don't want to give the ball back, or they want to eat up as much time as possible and get back in this game.
Okay, another play, gaining some yards.
Maybe that's why the sideline's so sort of downtrodden, is maybe they're just shocked and surprised as we are with their ability to run the ball against this defense. Second and short. Time to take a shot maybe for Janesville Parker, see if you can't punch this in right away.
Oh, another trick play, handed off to 4 and then 1.
Arrowhead a little bit wiser now to that play.
Third and 2, which, as we have established, is Janesville Parker's go-to down and distance this half so far. So the third and 2. Halfway through this quarter now, the third quarter. Janesville Parker still on their first drive of the half, down 21 points.
Wow. Ugh. I know Coach Rao cannot be happy jumping off sides a second time to give a first down. It's really just an example of just not being focused.
Okay, 1st and 10 here. Rowan scrambling, and it's a penalty. Incomplete.
They're going to be backing this up. Just like Arrowhead, unfocused on that third down. Penalties continue to show up at the most prompting times here for this team. Backing it up once again. Now, can we overcome a 1st and 25 if you're Janesville Parker? Great drive, eating up half of a quarter. Now facing some adversity to overcome this long downage.
Yep, and it's going to be another run. This time, number 4 has nowhere to go. I mean, truly, no matter how good your running game is, if you just do it every single time, eventually you're going to hit a wall.
Absolutely. Yep, and you know, I kind of like what they're thinking. Can we get some yards back here to stay on schedule? But good job, Arrowhead defense. Bottle him up, 2nd and 24. You're just thinking at this point, I cannot get beat deep if I'm Arrowhead defender. I know at some point they're going to want to take
there's
shot.
a deep throw. Oh, and it's picked!
Go!
Picked! Arrowhead's on the move! Across the 15 and the 20, still on his feet. 25, 30.
Great job, Arrowhead.
Connor Foley.
Does a nice job basically playing center field. The pressure gets to Parker's quarterback, forcing an underthrow. You know, if you're Parker at that point, you're backed up and you're trying to take a shot. But good job, Arrowhead, capitalizing on that. And bend but don't break.
You know, had Foley not gotten it, there were a couple other Warhawks there that could have had a chance at it too. There were about 3 defenders to the 1.
It did look like they were fighting over it themselves, a little 500 action.
Yeah, I think I saw Christian Rothmeyer trying to get in there, but Foley said, not tonight. This is my ball. All right, so now Holtz and the Arrowhead offense get their first shot in the half. And it's going to be a Nagy run that goes nowhere this time.
Oh, good job. Again, Janesville Parker, you have these turnovers, and when you seemingly can feel defeated and maybe feel sorry for yourself, come out fired up and play inspired on the defensive side. Looks like Drew Nagy's coming off limping a little bit.
Yeah, so Nick Sinelli comes in to take his place.
That's one position to look for in this playoffs is the running back position with the freshman Jacob Steiner out, looks like with a broken collarbone. Their depth at running back gets pretty low pretty quick, so hopefully Drew Nagy's all right. But Nick Sinelli, obviously, very, very good. Feel really comfortable with him running the football.
Arnett, it's a deep pass left, and it's for Trip Walsh.
Walsh,
He's on the move. He's going to take it to the house. 10, 5, touchdown Arrowhead.
3 for Trip Walsh. Lucas, I hope you're still not up, but if you are, take a lap, son.
Wow, Holtz just threw it up there, and there was no one else even close. Trip Walsh with the hat trick.
Great play design. Ran Tripp on a little bit of a wheel route. Confused the secondary for Parker, and Holtz just drops it in with a perfect pass. That's your quick, explosive offense if you're Arrowhead. But guess what? You're putting your defense right back out there. Now, I know we'll take the points, and we're happy, but that's some of the, that's just some of the consequence. When you strike so quickly, you got to put that defense back out there again on the football field.
And another Jockham's kick is true. 35-7 Arrowhead. 4:05 to go in the third quarter.
Great job, great answer. You look at the tail of the try to convince me to dress up as Tinkerbell.
Yeah, it's a repeat attempt at our Neverland theme because last year at Halloween I ruined trick-or-treating for Charlie by coming down with COVID.
Oh no.
And so this is take 2, same costume.
Got it.
We're ready to go.
A kick that does not go in the end. It still does. A little bit of a shank. But ultimately gets the job done, gets in the end zone. And here we go, back. A little bit more spark, a little bit of life on the sidelines. Shocking when, a touchdown, what a touchdown will do for you.
So Andy, you're not going to be Tinkerbell. What are your plans for Halloween?
I'm not a guy that dresses up with the family, so I'm more just there to escort my sons around and then take my allotted share of the candy, which is generally about 3/4 of it.
You know, it's never too early to teach your children about taxes. All right, so now here come the Warhawk defensive unit, ready to keep that momentum after that interception
Back to
going.
our quad look on the bottom, and they go away from it. Does not fool the Arrowhead defense. Flying around, a little bit more energy, and you just kind of look over at the Janesville side. They're slowly moving back to their huddle. I wonder, Ryan, what does that series of events do to your team? You're marching down, you're making a statement, all of a sudden interception, and then you see the other team turn around right away and score, and you start to look at that scoreboard and you start to think, are we going to be able to come back to this game? So keep an eye. Are they, does it seem like they are throwing in the towel, or are they going to come out fighting? And they have been this whole game. Quarterback rolls out, pressure in his face, throws it up for grabs, but is caught.
Yep, that's going to be close to a first down.
Risky throw.
Yeah, Brandenburg with a nice catch there.
He threw it up, and I think there was about 4 different players that had an opportunity to get that ball.
Yeah, Brandenburg and Douglas for Janesville were hunting it down, as were a few Warhawk defenders.
3rd and short. Please tell us that Arrowhead has learned their lesson, and we're not going to jump off sides here.
Oh, yeah.
The ball is something I'm sure is being screamed by every single one of the coaches and players. Hand off to the...
Davis again. This time he's going nowhere. Once again, it's WIAA.
Janesville Park's going to stay out there. 4th and short. Last time they faked it to the running back and threw to number 11. Let's see what it is they have in store for this play.
Well, WIAA dropped the hammer to come up with the stop that play. Let's see if he can pick it up again and knock him off the field this time on 4th.
Still yelling, watch the ball. Snap, hand off, up the middle, picked up first down. Good hard run.
Yep. Not by much, though. Only by a yard, but, he got 3. He only needed 1, so.
Still moving the chains. Again, I'm very impressed by Parker's, not only their game plan. You can tell they're very well coached, but by their execution offensively.
All right, Rowan's back. This time he's got Davis, another first down, this time on the pass.
Another big play. Spread him out, throw to the running back out of the backfield, let him get in space. Good play design, good execution, and another first down. Here we go. Once again, Ryan, we're seeing our defense on the field a lot. Having the ball moved methodically down the field on them. You got to tip your cap to Janesville Parker and what they're doing.
Yeah, Coach Krieger's certainly got a squad that he's going to be proud of at the end of tonight, no matter how it ends up.
Quarterback holds it. Probably wishes he didn't. He gets met immediately.
I wouldn't want Terrell Thomas to fall on me, I can tell you that much.
Nope. That is a guy that you don't want to run into.
Yeah, Terrell Thomas, the senior defensive tackle. Now, Coach Johnson, do you know, does he have college plans yet?
I have not heard if he has plans.
I know a lot of the Arrowhead seniors are looking to continue
wide
athletics.
open.
Oh, a big first down and more.
Great crossing route. Defender gets sort of lost in the mix. Quarterback delivers an accurate ball. And again, it's another sort of deja vu as we see Janesville Parker get to the 30-25. Now, the question is, can you complete the drive, right? Can you stay away from those penalties? Can you stay away from those pressures and errant throws?
Yeah, Rowan to Brandenburg, that combination of players, they're just juniors. So, I mean, Parker, even if tonight's game stays as it is and they can't hold on to the win, they're trying to build and keep getting better and have a great season next year too. So, they're not going to give up. They're not going to get down. They're going to keep playing hard the rest of this game.
Which again is, I think, a really good reflection, Ryan, of your staff that you play under, right? And so your team oftentimes takes on some of that persona of your head coach and the staff underneath them. So this team is coming out, really good game plan, still fighting hard, still moving the ball effectively.
Ooh, incomplete that time.
Rowan's pass incomplete.
It's a quarter.
At the end of the third quarter, Arrowhead 35.
Yeah, as the quarter ends, Davis there, I don't know if he hit his hand on something, but he's grabbing it, he's favoring it. But before
I would love to see, Ryan, the time of possession in that quarter.
I think it was
We had the ball for about 35 seconds of that quarter.
About 11 minutes, Parker. 1 minute maybe, Arrowhead.
It's one of those things that at the end of this game, Ryan, I'd love to see the stats and see how many snaps did Janesville Parker have to Arrowhead's. What is the time of possession? Because usually, if you have those in your favor, meaning if you have had the ball longer than the other team, if you run more offensive plays than the other team, chances are you end up on the winning side. But turnovers play a huge role.
All right, now, Andy, I know that this is the playoffs, and, like we talked about before, anything could happen, but at some point, with a 35-7 lead, you got to be thinking about putting your subs in. At what point do you think Coach Harris might decide to sub in some of his backups if this lead is able to hold?
That's a great question. The only problem is you have a team in Janesville Parker that has weapons. I think you start looking at positions. Which ones can you start getting in there? But defensive subs, I'm not sure we can afford to sub anybody on defense the way that they've been moving the ball against us. Offensively, you got to start looking at, who are the players that you need going forward and what is the risk reward to keep them out there. So yeah, it's a good question, and it's a never easy answer as a head coach or as the staff to try and figure out.
Well, speaking of not easy decisions, 4th and 3 for Janesville Parker. Of course, easy decision to go for it. But what play is going to get them the yards? I mean, obviously Davis has been dynamite for them, but right now it looks like there's an empty set.
It looks like they're going to throw. Maybe they have a quarterback draw, sprint out. Been successful all.
A throw up the middle. Oh, and it's complete. First down for Antoine Jarrett.
Yeah, and again, where has their success happened? Obviously running with Davis, but if you're going to throw, putting the quarterback out on a rollout, letting him get out of the pocket, get away from that, wonderful rush that we have up front. And then, I have seen him roll to his left and throw to the middle of the field a number of times successfully. Generally, you just don't want to see that from your quarterback, but it works for them there, and they pick up a big 4th down.
There on that play, Davis with a pretty much a no-gain run up the middle. So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 5. We're in the 4th. Just a little over 10 minutes to go in the game. Parker is threatening to punch it in here from the 5-yard line. All right, Rowan gets the snap. He's scrambling to his right. He's being chased, though. Oh, he barely gets it away. Incomplete pass.
Again, it's a good rush. If you're going to drop straight back for Janesville Parker, you have to have a clock in your head knowing that you can't hold onto the ball too long. Otherwise, you got Terrell, Akari, WIAA coming after you. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and goal from
Third
the
and goal
5.
for the 5, excuse me.
Yeah, and we're at 10:01 left to go in the game. I mean, Parker, again, this is 4-down territory for them, and we'll see if the defense can stay strong.
Blitz off the side, rolls, incomplete.
If it is complete, it's not in the end zone anyway.
What a catch.
But now he's inside the 1.
4th and 1. Boy, you know, you're just knocking on the door for Janesville Parker. This kind of indicative of the whole game here. If Arrowhead can get a stop, you have Parker moving the ball, getting close. What do you got? You put a number 11 in the backfield again.
Yeah, definitely some confusion there by the Arrowhead defense. Wyatt McKinnon was subbing in late, and Arrowhead just decides, you know what, let's get everyone set up. Let's call a timeout.
Yep. Probably expected again, J.J. Douglas, number 11. You're going to put him in the backfield. Put the ball in his hands. Let him run with his very athletic frame and see if we can't get him in the end zone.
Yeah, Douglas, athletic, strong, 6'4". I mean, just get him close to the line of scrimmage and stretch out your arm, and there you go.
Yeah, you know, although I'm always a big proponent, you're on the 1-yard line. This is where I'd like to see teams kind of come under center more and just run an old-fashioned quarterback sneak. And this might be what they are lined up for. I wonder if he's going to come running up and just see if he can't get behind that line. Inching closer. There is going to be a rugby scrum here in about 2 seconds.
Yep, Douglas has it.
Oh,
stop! Huge stop!
Arrowhead comes up with a big defensive stop.
Wow!
Again, this bend but don't break. A great drive by Parker, once again denied in the red zone. Yes, there are things that Fritz Rauch is going to want to take a look off with their film, I'm sure, this week. But a great job, an undeniable good job by the defense to make a stand there and stop J.J. Douglas from getting in the end zone.
Yeah, meanwhile on the play there is a Parker player down near the 3, so All right, now Arrowhead takes over 1st and 10 on the 5. And it's going to be a run.
Sinelli.
Nice gain by Sinelli. 9 yards on the play. They'll bring up 2nd and 1, and we are under 9 minutes to go in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more Nick Sinelli here on this drive.
Yeah, this is
Oh, he almost got lit up, but he did a nice move to evade the big hit. But unfortunately, nowhere to run really after.
Yeah, it looks like Janesville Parker's not surprised to see more Nick Sinelli either, as they brought pressure. But Nick does a good job on initial contact to keep his legs moving. He's a big-bodied athlete as well, so good job. Yards after contact. And it looks like we have another Janesville Parker player injured as he's getting assisted off the field.
All right, yeah, nice round of applause from the home fans. Of course, you never want to see anyone get injured, but the Janesville Parker player has made it to the sideline, and now he's being looked at by.
Ryan, how many times have we had the football on offense in the second half?
Arrowhead, this is the second time,
This is the second possession, and we have 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, which, again, it's just one of those weird stats about this game. Sinelli falls forward for a first down. Moving the chains.
Yeah, with a score of 35-7, the clock running, we're now just under 8 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if this might be the last or second to last possession for Arrowhead. Sinelli gets a break, and he's across the first down line.
Doing a good job. Coaches are going to want to tell their players, stay in bounds as much as possible. Just want to let this clock tick, 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 and get out of here and move on to the next week. This is a good performance by Arrowhead, and I think obviously Janesville Parker has played a tremendous game, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Good game plan. Arrowhead just a little bit too much
Quick
weapons.
pass to Colton Harriet there. Speaking of weapons, Arrowhead has no shortage on offense. Yeah, Andy, like you were saying, the clock is Arrowhead's friend at this point. Quite the opposite of my wife next weekend when she's Captain Hook. Truly, this time we are very happy to hear the tick-tock. All right, Sinelli running up the gut again. Looks like he got about 5 yards. Flag comes in. Looks like it's going to be a push against Arrowhead. It looks like he pushed Sinelli, though, but I'm not quite sure.
Trying to find a score and see how Madison Memorial is doing. As Arrowhead is going to face next week the winner of Madison Memorial and Milwaukee Pulaski.
Yeah, block in the back there, not something either team wants to have happen at this point. A Janesville Parker player is down again on the play. That's the third one in the last minute or so. And this time he's able to get up and walk off on his own.
It looks like Memorial won 56-0. So we await them coming to Arrowhead next week.
Memorial, the 4 seed, is that right, Andy?
That is correct, yep.
Okay. So we'll have a 1-4 showdown next week. Yeah, next week as we head to the Sweet 16, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Looks like Memorial beat Parker in the regular season 23-16.
Okay. And here's another run by Sinelli. Nice gain on the play, then a nice tackle by 53.
And another flag on play.
Yeah, good run by Sinelli and a nice job by Devin Connor Shaw wrapping him up. And a flag came in from the other side of the field.
You know, this is where you'd like the clock to run, but you know, when you commit a penalty, the clock stops. And so see what the call here is. Still a little bit sloppy. Both sides of the ball getting penalized first and second half quite a bit. Looks like Arrowhead's backing up.
Holding against the Warhawks.
Yep, that was a hold.
And if they call it, I think where they called it backside on a receiver. And again, so we ran the other way. So we ran down to the bottom of the screen and the holding happened at the top. There's just got to be a little bit more wherewithal. These are penalties you don't have to commit, shouldn't commit, especially if you're nowhere near the play.
Yep, another run of Sinelli, and this time he's got moves!
going.
50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Sinelli to the house! Wow, what a great run there by Sinelli.
Great job of showing that explosiveness to pull away in the secondary.
Yeah, great example of what you were talking about, yards after contact. He just kept going.
And Arrowhead, again, they've had the success running that play all game. Another score. Offense has had the ball twice in the second half, Ryan, and both of those scores, or both of those possessions, end in touchdowns. So they took care of their side of the ball in this second half.
Yep, they sure did. And speaking of taking care of business, Jockums is up here trying to make it a perfect night for him. Yep, it's good. 42 to... Oh, I'm wrong. I look good to me, but incomplete. Not incomplete. Inaccurate. 41-7. I guess I jinxed him.
Yeah.
You know.
That is the old broadcaster jinx.
You know, I did warn Jockums not to put an earpiece in so he could hear what we were saying, but I think he insisted, and he heard my perfection call and just missed it.
Well, back to your question, Ryan, earlier about when do you want to start subbing? 6 minutes left with the score as it is. This is an interesting question now. What does Arrowhead decide to do? Are you going to start seeing some of those starters come out on the defensive side of the ball? But again, the way that Parker's been playing, you can ill afford to have them just march up and down the field on you to get out of this game. And again, not saying that the game's in question anymore, but the last thing you want to do is just have them be able to score at will.
Yeah, I suppose it is a complex question. You mentioned looking at positions where you had, strong reserves or where you wouldn't be exploited, and I think that's the smart move. But I definitely think 625.
Yeah.
Boy, it would be really hard for me to keep my studs in there.
And this is a good opportunity for some of those underclassmen to get playoff experience, get their feet on the field, let them play a few snaps so that they may be ready in the future.
Absolutely. Playoff football it's just different feeling when you're a young athlete getting your first crack at it. Oh, nice cutback by Parker getting into the 40.
So Jockham's with the force out there.
Jaden Brandenburg on return.
Yeah, that was a really low kick. He's got the boot to just kick it out, but he just wanted to keep it low, get the clock running.
Keep the clock running, yep. I'm sure he was instructed to do that and executed it well. And I think he ran down there and kind of forced the player out. So good job, Jockham's. Looks like
yeah, I'm definitely seeing some subbed in players there on the D.
Yep, I can tell by some of the D-line stance. Those are, looks like Mason Waterfield, Tanner Hansen at the D ends.
Mason Waterfield definitely deserves to get in this game after his wonderful read aloud performance in English 10 today.
Oh boy.
Rowan on the carry.
Looks like Parker has also decided to put in some new faces. I see number 3, quarterback
Gavin Novak. Yeah, he's a senior.
Senior getting some playing time. Although I do see J.J. Douglas still out there, so they still have some of their starters out as well.
Nice catch, nice first down. Yeah, I'd imagine on the other side of the ball, when you're down big, 5.5 to go, in an elimination game, you want to kind of thread the needle of giving your seniors, the chance to get in the game if they haven't played. Mix that in with getting some young people some experience. Anything you can do to have the last game of the season end on a positive note.
Absolutely, and as I said before, the score is 41-7, but that score doesn't show what type of performance Janesville Parker put on, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They were able to move the ball as well as any team that Arrowhead has played. They had just turnovers in the red zone, penalties in the red zone. That goal line stand by the Arrowhead defense at the end. So this could be a completely different score if Janesville Parker is able to capitalize on. But in the end, they didn't. And then you can tip your cap to Arrowhead's defense by forcing those turnovers and getting them to move backwards. But they played an outstanding game, dominated the time of possession in the second half. Arrowhead had 2 possessions on offense in the second half.
Yep, nice pass there to Douglas. He's got some moves, getting it inside the 22.
And if our starters struggled stopping Janesville Parker's offense, some of these guys out there right now are probably, looking around and going, well, this is a lot faster than the game is normally when we play on the JV side or the freshman side. So this is good experience for them, but I'm sure they are wondering what is going on. A good stop there.
The next pass complete to Douglas.
Starting to hear the movement of people, Ryan, as people are starting to head to the parking lot.
Second and 2 now.
Pressure.
Oh,
Throws it
incomplete.
away.
Smart to throw it away by Novak
Intentional
there.
grounding.
Novak pass incomplete. Flag on the play.
I did see it looked like there was a receiver in the area. I wonder.
It sure did, and you know what? He was way over on the side. I'm surprised to see that flag come in. I wouldn't be surprised if they just pick it up here.
No, they are marching it back. They must have saw enough in his attempt just to kind of get rid of it at the last second. So big penalty on Janesville Parker. Again, indicative of sort of what this game has been. They move it down, and then stumble and move it backwards. Good job with the Arrowhead with the reserves coming in and playing really tough here. See if we can't hold them out of the end zone here in this last drive.
Yep, now it's 3rd and 16. Quick pass, oh, and it's bounced on the floor while being intended to Paul Kim.
Loose passion on the coverage.
And that'll bring up 4th and 16 with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
That brings up 4th and 16.
See what Parker elects to do here. 4th and 16. Season's kind of coming down to an end. What do they have? One more trick play, Ryan? Fuzzy sweater, or I don't forget what we used to call it, the ready sweater.
Yeah, ready sweater. You know, I love a good trick play. Doesn't get much better than that.
They elect to.
It's going to be a bomb down the left side middle.
Through the hands. Which ultimately probably nets us yardage by having him drop it there. So
yeah, smart move there by Anthony McDowell to
he
let
did
that
on
one hit the
purpose.
ground.
Yeah,
absolutely.
In that moment, he had it. Thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to drop this so that we can gain some more yards. Smart play by.
Heads up play by McDowell. You know, I'm really impressed. Coach Rauch has really been teaching them not only about, physical defense, but also mental defense. You know, you got to be smart out on the field.
And I'll walk back my comment. Those players that got out there were ready, prepared, and did a tremendous job of stopping Parker from getting in the end zone. So kudos to them. Good job by the Arrowhead staff at making sure everybody is ready to go in. Handoff. Let's see, who is this? This is Hayden Russ. It's really great to see Hayden out there. Sophomore running back. Tremendous athlete. So we start to see some of the JV players out there. Cam Carter, quarterback.
All right. Well, you know that even though they're up 41-7, you know that these reserves in on offense, this is their chance. They want to make some moves and show coach that, hey, you can count on me when you get out there.
Yeah, it's absolutely. And to get on the field, you know, if you were a reserve, a backup, a JV player, maybe some freshman players get a chance to get out there. This is a huge deal for them and a great opportunity to start building some of that confidence. False start.
That'll bring up 2nd and 12 now from the 36. Run that is going nowhere.
Hayden Russ on the carry.
Bringing up 3rd and long.
Another penalty. Arrowhead was hoping to pick up at least one more first down, could end the game, but it looks like they have a long 3rd down. See if we can't pick this up.
And
I'm going to force Arrowhead to punt here.
you know, you don't want to pass it in this situation, of course. You got to keep that clock rolling, and you got that huge lead. So no surprise there as the punt unit comes on. All right, and here we go with the punt. It's a high one, but a short one.
I think that is what you call a shank. I have had a lot of experience on the golf course with that type of product.
You know, on the Arrowhead golf team, shank is a forbidden word. An acceptable alternative could be a hosel rocket.
Hosel rocket, okay.
Because I gotta say, that's something we want to avoid.
If that was me out there, I would have dropped another ball and hit a mulligan.
Boy, I bet the Arrowhead special teams wouldn't mind a mulligan right now. Yeah. But you know what? 41-7, a minute 23 left in the game. A lot to be looking forward to next week after this performance for the Arrowhead Warhawks.
Yeah, we're going to have to clean some things up, Ryan, for Arrowhead if we want to continue advancing. It's only going to get more difficult. That is not a slight at Janesville Parker. I'm very impressed by their team. I'm very impressed the way they played. Arrowhead was able to overcome the turnover battle, or win the turnover battles. They were able to strike quickly, but Janesville Parker did a very nice job on a number of fronts, but Arrowhead was just too much at times. And so as we go on further, Madison Memorial took care of business. That's a team that Janesville Parker lost to in the regular season. Level of competition is only going to continue. So I'm sure that the staff, Arrowhead staff, knowing those guys, very happy with their performance tonight. Very happy to have another chance to play next Friday. But I know that they're going to get back and study film and look at what are ways that we can improve and get better as well. So I'm sure we're chomping at the bit to get back to another work week next week. So congratulations to Arrowhead. Great level 1 win. Congratulations to Janesville Parker. Tremendous season. They are moving in the right direction with their program. But ultimately, all said and done, survive and advance, right, Ryan? You got to just win the game. Whatever it takes, however it looks. At the end of the day, if you win, you go on to the next round until you can get to Madison. So step 1,
absolutely,
check mark. Took care of business.
There's no care in the world for how it looks, no care in the world for what the score is. Survive in advance, get to the next level, whatever it takes. And tonight, Arrowhead has what it took. And you know what? I'm so excited for next week and the rest of this playoff run. It's going to be a blast. If you can't make it out here to the game, make sure you're tuning in live here on Arrowhead Streaming. Oh, as we got a nice run to the left here. Will he take it to the house? Oh, looks like he's just short. He went out of bounds at the 5. Griffin Davis busting off a nice move.
Yeah, and again, look at what we have here. We have some of their starters out there still competing, still fighting. They want to get in the end zone. They've been denied throughout this game getting it deep down into Arrowhead's territory. And they're probably saying, you know what, going into the offseason, let's prove to ourselves that we can get in there. Almost get that monkey off the back, finish a drive. If you're Arrowhead, you're going to keep fighting and try and deny him here. So I like that they keep fighting. I like that they keep running their starters out there.
Absolutely. You know, both programs have a lot of pride. Speaking of pride, Davis, you know what? He deserved it after this great performance tonight. Touchdown, Parker.
Yep, and their fans are cheering. They're supporting what these players have done all season.
Yeah, shout out to the Janesville fans who have not been leaving early. They're still here. Great job supporting your school. You love to see school spirit in all its shapes and forms.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, every time there's a playoff game in football, only one team's going to win, but you love to see the school pride, the school spirit, the sportsmanship that we saw on display from both squads tonight and from their fans. And the kick is good. 14-41, Arrowhead on top.
.58 seconds left. And again, a lot of respect for what Janesville Parker did today, what their program looks like. And I'm sure their coach has a lot of positives to take into that offseason for them as they travel back to Madison tonight and reflect on that. But Arrowhead, another home game next week. You think it's going to be trick-or-treating theme? I assume we got to have that at some point.
I mean, if we're not dressing up in our Halloween costumes next week, I think that's a huge missed opportunity for our fans.
Okay, so we're gonna dress up in the booth in our Halloween costume.
You know, you might see me in green tights next week. You might not. I might have a backup costume, but we'll be ready to roll.
You wonder, you know, do you see an onside kick here from Parker? Is this something you're going to pull out, or do you just kick it deep and let the clock go out?
I think you do the onside kick. I mean, you got nothing to lose. Let's go for it. Okay, kind of like a halvesy.
Oh.
Yankee hauls it in. You don't want to. You don't want to have to worry about it. Just kick it a little bit.
Looks like you got your starters coming out. I just assume you're going to get in your victory formation. Something these guys practice, something these guys do. That's why you would see them come back out onto the field and not the reserves that were out there before. Yep, sure enough. You just want to make sure you get the snap, protect the quarterback, and take a couple knees. And this is going to be all she wrote, folks. So thanks to those that stayed with us this whole time. Back and better than ever next week, as Arrowhead is your champ this week, 41-14. Back here to compete against Madison Memorial in a level 2 round that should be a great viewing experience. Ryan?
You know, I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks to everyone for watching, and you're going to get a great bit of action next week. Good luck to Arrowhead and all the other sports. Good luck to Janesville Parker as you head to the off season. Thanks for tuning in. Have a fabulous night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.